Hey beautiful souls, Yvette here with TrueHealingSource.com. Today I'm going to share with you 9 different tools that might be beneficial for you to help you reduce or clear anxiety and stress in your life today. Now, a lot of the anxiety and stress most people are feeling nowadays, I think, are not only due to family issues, but due to a lot of the things that are on the news today. Now, I don't feel it's just today. I feel it's really at any point in history. There's a lot of things that are on the news that we're hearing about in the world that might be causing you anxiety or stress or fear or terror. And it's been proven that long-term exposure to high anxiety or stressful situations can create long-term issues in the body, like chronic illness, increased pain in the body, heart attacks, stroke, heart disease, high blood pressure, depression, and PTSD symptoms. And so I think that at any point in history, again, I think that especially today, though, it's really important to start addressing these issues now and clearing them and healing them, because in the world, there's a lot of people who are already feeling and experiencing some of these physical and emotional long-term effects. And I think that with the months and years to come, there's a lot more people that are going to be experiencing these types of things in the world that are going to be needing to seek assistance, whether it's something that's a traditional form of help or an alternative form of help for getting helping heal these types of things so that they can live with more inner peace and calm and less physical issues or illness in the body. And so, I think only one of these items might cost a few dollars, but everything else that I'm going to talk about today is absolutely free, and you can actually start working on using these things in your home today for yourself. So the first one, I'm going to try to be really quick about this so that the video is not too long. The first item I want to share with you is meditation. I use meditation in my life I would say almost every single day, but usually 6 to 7 days a week. Meditation every single morning. Now, meditation doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be long. It can even be for 5 or 10 minutes if that's all you have time for. But I do recommend trying meditation. Meditation helps get you out of the anxiety and the thoughts of what's going on around you and the things that are going on in your head, and it helps you to relax and kind of be a lot of people say be in the present moment or be in the moment or whatever, and it really does help you kind of get out of your thoughts. You can't be thinking 2 thoughts at once, and so what you can do is you can simply to use a simple meditation, find some place comfortable that's quiet, that you can get away from all other distractions, people that are going to be knocking on the door, kids screaming or whatever. Find a place where you can sit comfortably. I do recommend sitting over lying down because you can fall asleep, although that can be beneficial too sometimes if you need a nap. But if you're purposefully sitting down for meditation, you can sit down and you can simply just close your eyes and start taking slow, deep breaths. Now, the easiest way for me when I first started was to actually count the breath in and count the breath out, because it gave me something else to focus on other than the negative thoughts or whatever that were going through my mind that I was wanting to alleviate in order to feel more peaceful. And so for me, as you take a deep breath in, you can count to 5 or 6 slowly, and then you can count to 5 or 6 slowly as you're releasing. So it might be something like, as you're taking a breath in, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then as you breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really, really simple. And you would just repeat this internally in your mind, because kind of breathing and talking and trying to do that at the same time can be a little bit complicated, a little bit difficult. You're kind of, trying to breathe and talk at the same time like you're doing that. So breathing in and breathing out slowly and counting gives your mind something to focus on other than the other negative thoughts that might be causing you anxiety or stress. Again, your mind cannot think 2 thoughts at one time, only 1 thought at a time. So you close your eyes and you just breathe in, and you can set a timer. Now, my recommendation if you're going to set a timer is to set a timer that has a gentle timer when it actually goes off. I've actually made this mistake in the past. When I knew I only had a certain amount of time, I would set a timer, and then I was in this wonderful, wonderful calm state, and it felt so amazing. And all of a sudden, this horrid timer went off on my phone and it startled me out of my meditation. And I was just like, kind of irritated, which takes away from that meditation. It's like, oh my goodness, you know? So you want to set your timer or your alarm for something that's gentle, that's going to feel good when you're coming out of that meditation. Number 2, I want to talk about briefly is setting boundaries with people in your life, talking to other people or talking with other people or allowing them to talk to you about things that are not beneficial for you, that are going to be stress inducing things that are going to cause you fear or terror or trauma. So for me, I know I've got people in my life that still like to talk about negative things, that like to, say to things like, I know you don't want to hear this, but, and then they have to go quickly spew it out. Now, for me, I will set boundaries, and I've learned to set boundaries with people in my life. And it's really not easy sometimes, but you have to be able to verbalize your boundaries. You have to say, I really don't want to talk about this right now, or you really know I'm not comfortable with this conversation, or maybe if you don't feel comfortable saying something like that you don't want to talk about something or be involved in a conversation, you can simply make an excuse to leave. Now, with some people who might be a little bit stronger in your life as far as like stepping over your boundaries, you may actually have to physically get up and walk away. And that's just, one of the things we talk about through my 12-week course, my 12-week self-love and empowerment course, is we talk about boundaries. You sometimes, when you set a boundary at the beginning with people, especially people that you've known for a long, long time, like family members and close friends, sometimes setting those boundaries, you can start off gently and they're not going to like it. And so you have to be a little more firm, or even a lot more firm, in setting that boundary with people. And actually, you have to become stronger, which I can help you work on as well. Become stronger in speaking your truth and speaking your boundaries so that you can begin to live a more peaceful life in a state of more peace and calm and joy. Number 3, turn off the TV. You don't have to watch the TV 24 hours a day. I have not watched the news for probably 15 years. This is something I learned so many years ago. TV, your news, is usually 95% negative, and really almost 100% of the news that's on the news that you watch does not affect you personally, and you do not need to know about it. It only causes you anxiety. It only causes you fear, stress, or an upset of some kind, because it's something that's going on in the world that you feel strongly about. And that's what the news is meant for. That's what it does. But you really, from a spiritual standpoint, you don't need to be watching the news all the time. There's really not a whole lot of anything on there that's beneficial to you. And in almost all cases, there's really nothing you can do about something that's happening across the world that's personal to somebody, that's really only their business and their family, that we don't need to know about, that's just going to cause us to be enraged. And being in a state of rage, anxiety, fear, stress is not any kind of beneficial for you at all, or your family. The 4th thing is just simply taking a nap. Now, if you're familiar with Abraham teachings and the law of attraction, taking a nap, Abraham talks about that all the time. We'll have you just taking a nap. Taking a nap is very similar to meditation. It gets you out of your mind, it gets you out of your conscious state, and it turns off all source of thought. So you're just not really thinking of anything. You're just in that unconscious state, and everything ceases at that point. And naps are also very regenerative physically and emotionally. And so naps can be really beneficial. Again, you can set an alarm if you need to for 15 or 20 minutes or half an hour, whatever you feel comfortable with or have time for. But naps can be highly beneficial and restorative emotionally and physically. Number 5 is the only one that I can think of specifically on here that actually might cost a few dollars. And that is a supplement of some kind. So for example, I'm not talking about prescribed medications. I am talking about something safe that you're safe taking, that is like an herbal supplement, or a homeopathic supplement is even safer. Something that helps you feel more relaxed. Now there's lots of, you can even drink an herbal tea. Some people drink herbal teas or just tea in general because it's so calming and soothing and warm. A lot of people just sitting down and drinking a cup of tea or a cup of cocoa or a cup of, I drink cacao, is really relaxing and restorative, and it just feels wonderful. It smells amazing. But there are supplements you can take. Personally, I've used 5-HTP in the past. If it's something that tests well for you, that's good for you to take, or that's safe for you, then you can try some different supplements that might be good for you. If you're starting out using something, I would probably recommend a homeopathic item because those are usually safer for people and they don't have an interaction with other things. The number 6 is your diet. Now, a lot of people don't realize it, but their bodies and your body chemistry, so to speak, the energy and frequencies in your body are constantly shifting and changing. And for a lot of people, specific things that you're eating on a daily basis or even on a regular basis are actually contributing to or significantly increasing the anxiety and stress that you feel. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's body is different, family or not. And so I know for myself, years ago, when I first began practicing the comprehensive energy medicine, it was tested for me that wheat wasn't good, corn and some other items. Now, what I noticed for me was that every time I consumed wheat, I would go into a state of severe depression within 10, 15 minutes, even a few minutes sometimes. And so I had to 100% completely alleviate wheat from my diet until I was able to use the comprehensive method of energy healing to actually clear that for me from my emotions, my body, the frequencies and so forth, and the things that cause that to be an issue for me. And so usually what happens is you need to stay away from that item for a specific amount of time while you're going through the healing process. And then you can sometimes introduce it on a small limited basis without just jumping back into it and then causing the issue again. For a lot of people, wheat and other items can actually affect the neurotransmitters in the body, which in turn can affect the different levels of hormones and steroids and neurotransmitters in the body that cause depression and depressive states and things like that. The number 7 is music. This is one of my favorites in addition to the meditation. I am I am a music freak. I absolutely love almost all types of music. And as soon as I put music on, I have to sing with it no matter what I'm doing. It drives my husband bananas, but I just am a music freak. I love, 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 love music. And so for me, music is one of the easiest ways to raise my vibration and get out of a darker place. And so you can put music on, something that you really enjoy listening to, doesn't matter what it is, whatever it is for you that gets you high, so to speak, and makes you feel really, really good, put music on. For a lot of people, music is a wonderful way of raising their energy and helping themselves feel better. Number 8 is kind of a multi-field thing. So number 8 is just finding ways of getting out of your head that are good for you. So it might be reading a book. Now, for some people, that might be reading a science fiction novel or something crazy, It might be reading a romantic novel that helps you feel all, full of love and whatever. It might be reading for me, I really enjoy reading inspirational and motivational material that I can actually learn from and that helps me be better in myself and also helps me help other people in a more impactful way. And so finding something that's positive for you to read. And I'm not talking about reading the newspaper. I'm talking about reading something positive. So if you're going to check out the newspaper, find the funny section and stay away from the comics that talk about all the political shit in the world today. Find something happy for you to read that makes you feel really, really good. Petting your animals, just simply sitting down with your pet. Our pets are part of our family. For me, our pets are part of our family. They're not just pets for us. They are so absolutely loved and adored and spoiled. And I can't help but every time I walk by them, loving on them and petting them and kissing them and all that. And it just really makes me feel good. And so for you, if you have pets and you love your animals, I recommend you can just sit down with your animals, even with your cup of tea or something, and just pet your animal, talk to them, make them feel good. And they're always there unconditionally loving for you. Play a game. You know, if you're, if it's fun for you and your family to play games, play a game, or even something by yourself sometimes. You know, nowadays with technology, there's a lot of single games that you can play by yourself. But I do recommend playing with your family because it kind of helps everybody get into a goofy state and have a really good time. Of course, my recommendation is to find a game that you feel good playing with your family that's not going to cause you upset or cause you to argue about things, and stay off all other subjects. Only focus on the game and have fun instead of talking about stuff that's going on out there that's going to cause you to argue with each other. Number 8 and number 9 are kind of intertwined together. They are walking, exercise, yoga, Pilates, anything that can help you get up and moving. The only thing I want to mention here is if you're going to go for a walk, for example, or even exercise, walking especially because it's kind of a quiet exercise that you might do by yourself. But if you're going to go for a walk, put some earphones on or something with music that's going to uplift you and make you feel good. You don't want to just go for a walk and then be thinking about all the negative shit you're trying to get out of your head. You want to actually use that time for something more positive or motivational. You can even listen to something motivational that makes you feel good if you choose to, instead of listening to music. But I know for me personally, almost 100% of the time I'm listening to music when I'm taking a morning walk at the park, and usually I'm feeling pretty good already at that point when I get to the park, just because I love being there and I love being in the nature and so forth. But because I love music so much, I end up looking like a fruitcake on the at the park because I'm usually dancing and singing out loud as well. So people that might walk by me are kind of probably just like, oh my God, but it really helps me feel amazing. And exercise, yoga, walking, Pilates, whatever form you can use to get yourself, your body up moving, gets your blood pumping, it gets the good, feel good hormones going in your body. And pretty much there's really almost no time that it's not going to help you feel better. It's really going to help you in a really positive way. Plus, if you're looking to lose weight, there's an added bonus there. It might help you lose a little bit of weight and tone up as well. So that's an extra cherry on top for you guys. So these are 9 different things that I use in my life pretty much daily on for all of them, and in some way using these things. I know there's other things that I'm probably not even thinking of right now to mention here, but I just thought some of these things might be really helpful for you and reducing some of your stress and anxiety, the fear and terror that you might be feeling today. And if you feel like you need more help in addition to these things, my recommendation is to find somebody that can help you work through them. Not just talk about them over and over and over again, which just kind of regurgitates the shit. I'm talking about actual healing and working through some of the things to help you focus on something more positive. Or work with somebody such as myself who actually works with energy healing and helps you to shift your mindset into something more positive instead of focusing on the negative. If you're interested to find out more about what I do, you can check out my website at truehealingsource.com. I have a 12-week self-love and empowerment course there that you might be interested in, and we can use it. It's a personalized course that we can use to tailor to healing some of these things if you'd like, or in general. Otherwise, if you have a comment or question, just drop it below. I'll try to get back to you as quick as I can. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you. Have an amazing day. Bye.